It's changing the world, and it's also changing itself, evolving a lot, a very fast pace. So it's like that we also have to learn a lot and adapt ourselves to the upcoming trends and technologies of AI. So that's the field. It's emerging so fast.
I know, right? It has like I was trying to think like 2 years ago. I had really no idea. I was still drafting my own emails, going through it like one by one, trying to change a word here and there. And suddenly, like it seems like a day of ancient history. Like I'm laughing at people who are doing it right now. And I had this whole dialogue with my daughter like last week about she was trying to make an authentic email, and she was like, can you read and let me know how it is? I said, no, you can just go to Copilot and see if it's fine or not. I said, no, I'm trying to stay away from AI. I want to keep my authenticity. I'm like, oh yeah, good. There are people who are still trying to be authentic in today's times, and hats off to them. I think there is a lot of learning in both the sides of this
Yeah,
equation.
exactly. Exactly. That's all the thing is that it's to break that conception also. That's not only about authenticity. It's like just to have some assistance, right? We are not just imitating that we are using something in place of us, right? We are not doing that. We are again, we are there only. The
Yeah,
right way to use AI is to just use it as a co-pilot, right? Not as a commander. So
yeah,
that's the thing everyone should understand. And that way, if everyone uses AI, will be always of great use, you know? So just like you
yeah,
give the example of emails, right? Not only
yeah.
to write the emails, nowadays to get the meeting summary. I guess everyone in these days who's
Oh
using
yeah,
Teams and Zoom and all, they just in a seconds they will get the summary of the entire 1 hour or 2 hour meeting in a very articulated format, you know,
yeah, yeah.
that you cannot even imagine that a human can do that. We initially, what we had to do, we had to appoint someone who will be just charged with check the minutes of meeting, right?
Totally. You're talking to
Exactly.
one. You are talking to one. I used to be like, oh my God, I'm going to be the secretary of this meeting. And I need to, maybe I should record the meeting on my phone, or
Yeah.
maybe should and I used to like scribble like 1,000 words a minute so that I will have everything. But I'm so envious now of people who
Yeah,
are
exactly. So
secretaries.
these days it is like and very so efficient. You are not able to identify that that was a key point, but the
Yeah.
meeting notes will get you know that okay, that was also said, right?
Yeah.
Maybe in a, just a second or two that phrase was there, but if it is having an importance with the context,
Yeah.
the tool will be able to identify that, right? That's the beauty.
Absolutely.
That's why you should use it, right? People
Yeah.
are not aware of that fact that it's not like that they always have that dilemma in their mind that AI is taking jobs. It's not like that, right? You are using now AI for all those mundane tasks where
Yeah.
humans were involved and they were not needed actually, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I think when we were introduced to iPhone once upon a time, we had no idea we needed like touchscreen phones. We were happy with Blackberries and Nokias and everything. And boom, suddenly it came along and we're like, how are we even living without touchscreen phones all this while? And now suddenly there is this whole realization around how are we living without AI all this while? Like, and
Exactly.
it's not sometimes, it's like we are not even opting in for that. It's just there. It's just a system which is already making our life easy without us knowing, and
That's a
suddenly
normal
yeah,
human
yeah,
tendency only
yeah,
that always whenever something new came up, there is always some kind of resistance for the adoption, right? It's not
yeah,
about AI. It's
yeah,
where it's with everything, right? It's with you will say that for anything new come up in the business, for example, when the this Uber came up, so the taxi drivers might be having the resistance why we should use it. Now everyone is using. Now it's not a thought that we will think that any kind of taxi system will be there, cab booking system without mobile is possible. We'll go there and book a cab. So anything,
yeah,
any new thing come up, right?
yeah. Wow, what
Uh,
exciting times to be in. I'm really, really great. And I think I used to miss that, oh, I have not lived in Kishore Kumar era of music and all, but I think I'm quite happy I'm living in AI era. Like I'm seeing things evolving in front of me right now. So that's great. I think we have about 48
Yes.
audience who have joined in. Are we waiting for
Yes.
some more before we kickstart?
No, I think Shakun, we can begin. So you can
Okay.
start with the introduction, and if you can share the slide also, so that everyone can see, okay, what are we going to talk about today? So we can
Oh,
quickly
I'll
begin
I'll
that.
share the screen,
Yeah,
I guess. Okay,
sure.
and
Sure,
just
yeah.
let
sure,
me know
sure,
when to move
Akash.
it.
Sure.
Okay,
Thank you so
let's go
much.
ahead then, Utkarsh. Why
Yes.
don't you just share it?
I hope it is up.
Yeah, it is.
Just a minute. Let me make it in full screen. Yeah.
All right. Yep. So we too look very nice and charming in this slide. So good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this webinar, Liberate Your Mind, Experience New Age Freedom with AI for Everyday Ease and Efficiency. We are here today going to talk a lot about AI and what it can do to make our lives much easier than we expect them it to be. But before that, maybe just a bit about myself. I'm the host for today's webinar. I'm a founder and director of Bird Moise that specializes in career transition coaching and AI enablement for my clients. When I was talking to Utkarsh right now, we were talking about how AI has taken us like a tsunami. And I'm like one of you guys, and it just struck me that my life is much more full now with so much of technology around me. And how can I make AI work for me instead of being scared of it or thinking like it's going to replace me anytime soon? And that's why when I came across AI certs who were in the same mission as me in making everyone AI literate, I thought this is a high time I become their training partner. And hence, I'm their approved training partner in Australia. And what I actually do with my clients is not just help them with their career coaching journey, but also help them identify the gaps and skills that they need for their next step up, and then help them to select the what good certification that could really bring them up to speed with where the world is going right now. A bit about Bird Moise. Bird Moise is an Australia-based company. We are very much dedicated to AI Cert's mission to make everyone AI literate. Can we go to the next slide, Utkarsh? Yeah. And also with me is Utkarsh. Very, very welcome to you. And had been really admiring how he really works so hard with the individuals and organizations to bring AI, to harness AI's magic into making the processes easy. He's a SAP certified application associate, subject matter expert, and manager at AI Certs, and has many years of experience as educator and trainer in data science and machine learning. So we will get to know more from Utkarsh about him and how he brings all this AI magic to the clients. But before we go, I think it might be just pertinent to know a bit more about what we do as a partner to AI Certs. So as an authorized training partner, it's our focus to bring real world learning to our audience, to give them career focused advice and help them to commit to some of the really great AI courses that could help them get up to speed with ISO and NZ compliance standards in terms of certification and know-how around AI. So these certifications are basically meant for people to not just gain confidence into their work life, but also to enhance their own expertise around how they do their professional work, how to be up to speed and productive, and to break those unseen chains around the desk and be more efficient and do what they love at their workplace. Okay, moving forward, I think it will be good to also discuss why we are having this webinar today. Now, can we go to the next slide? Yeah. So I think August, we had all been very busy saluting our national flags. It was Indian Independence Day. It was Independence Day of Singapore also. And when I was attending these events, I realized that we are truly blessed and privileged to have been born into these great countries and being an independent, free citizens. But I think when I was going through the whole event in my head later on at night, I was thinking, are we actually truly free? I still feel that despite all the independence around me, I think I have been chained to desk, to my schedules, to all these, notifications coming to me, AI, and even if there is AI, am I actually using it efficiently to actually do what I really love and not just do the mundane and routine? And that's why I thought that this is high time we have this conversation, and that this is what today's webinar goal is all about: to discover tools and techniques to not just automate, but declutter and refocus our life using ethical ways of AI. And in our journey today, is Utkarsh. I think I will pass the time to Utkarsh now to share a bit more about how he foresees the life with AI and how can we make it a magical life to live in. Utkarsh, over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, Shakun. So, welcome everyone. So, this is again journey together, right? All these sessions with the people who want, right? You are spending some time out of your life, right? That's the most precious thing you can do for you and for anyone. That's the most precious thing. Everyone is having the time, right? So you are giving the time for this discussion. So it's again, we are also grateful for you all to have been here in this presentation and discussion, right? As already rightly, correctly said by Shakun that it is like about how and well you should AI, right? And to remove all the digital clutter we have, right? We don't understand these days that where we should exactly dedicate our appropriate time, right? That so that you should spend more and more time towards creativity where you are actually required, right? Rather than just taking the meeting notes or scheduling emails, writing emails, or doing all those things which are not creative and productive. You can dedicate your time towards all the other activities where you are actually required as a human, right? Why that's you are here so you can have your own intelligence and dedicate yourself in those tasks, right? It's not about the thing that it's not, it will be only affecting the professionals or it will only affect the industry or anything else, right? It's not like that. Okay, I'll just give you a very simple example. Everyone might be these days, we just forgot initially how difficult it was to find about the locations. Okay, when you are driving somewhere or you are going to a new place and you want to search for a restaurant to go for a dinner, right? Initially, what you had to do, you had to ask for someone, okay, where is the good restaurant nearby? Or if you have something in mind, okay, where is this, how to reach there, and all those things, right? Now what you do, we just put the enter the name of the restaurant in your app, like maybe Google Maps or some other app maps, right? And it will give you the path to that restaurant. Not only the path, it will predict how much time you will take to reach that restaurant based on the traffic, based on everything. So isn't it AI? What do you think? What it is? So we are using AI daily, right? We just don't imagine, we don't think that, we don't realize that we are using it. Okay, so when you are using it unknowingly, so it's the high time to use it, adopt it knowingly, where you can well introduce it in your day-to-day task or your workforce or your industry, anywhere. It can be of a better assistance, right? It can increase your productivity. All those things are there. That's why we are here to discuss the use case of AI in these days, right? So just talk about what is digital clutter. It is already there on the slides, right? What you feel like that. Okay, so again, you all are free to share your thoughts in the chat box, right? So we will, and if you have any queries in between, please feel free to post in the Q&A and in the chats, right? Our team will be helping you in between. If we have, we will be discussing in the end also about what else we need to discuss. But in between, you can post your queries in the chat and the Q&A, right? To talk about digital clutter, right? It is not a very you can say it's not a very definitive explanation what exactly digital clutter you want to say, right? It isn't just about having too many files. Okay, it can be anything. For a person having too many softwares running at a time and not able to manage all those software, it can be digital clutter for them. Digital clutter for a simple person who is having so many files inside folders and files and that, and so many files open, so many icons in the desktop. All those things can be digital clutter for them also, right? So it's just like that emails, using, you are having so many emails, calendar pop-ups, right? And wherever notifications are coming up, you are having a hard time to catch up all those notifications these days, right? There are so many alerts coming up, not only from meetings. You might be having your own apps like social media apps, so you might be getting notifications from there. So it is like so much. Okay, so where to focus, right? So all those things also, can you can take help of AI to manage these things. Okay, so these things, just there's so many, it adds up the fatigue, right? You can say that. right? Switching from writing an email to checking a spreadsheet to answer a message, right? And so many things. It increases the fatigue, and in turn, it indirectly makes an invisible mental load, right? So that your productivity will be reducing. So that's why you need to understand what are the things where you can take help of some assistant. Sometimes you might have also thought, yeah, we might be having one assistant who will be taking care of all these things, right? For reading the mails for me, writing the mails for me, checking the mails for me, right? Responding to the emails and all those things. Now you have that. You don't need to hire a human for that. For all those things, you have an AI assistant. You have a tool you can who can do that thing. Okay. So these are the things we need to understand. So now from freedom from this digital clutter, that's what we all want to discuss today and also celebrate with all of you that we are moving towards a freedom for all these kind of clutters, right? All these shackles, all these things. We need to move forward, right? How we can just liberate our time and energy, right? Exactly. So exactly, think about that. Imagine having a calm, intelligent partner who never tires, right? The someone, it's impossible to think of a human doing that thing. Someone is responding to your emails at the night, someone writing or scheduling your emails at any moment of time, right? So that's the thing. That's something you need. A partner who organize your inbox, summarize your notes, suggests better ways to phrase your content, even reminds you about tomorrow's meeting, right? It's not about future, okay? It's the present. And for that, thankful to AI. Okay. So you just have to think how well you can use AI in those fields, right? So that's like about reimagining freedom in a digital age, right? It means like stepping away from micromanaging every task, right? Instead, delegate and elevate, right? Think of AI not just as a tool, but as your thoughtful partner, okay? Ready to help you ideate, plan, and optimize your routines, right? That's something we need from AI, and we want you also to understand the correct use of AI in your job roles and your industries, right? We'll talk about some use cases, how you can do that also, right? And this thing, I guess nowadays, this term, if you ask anyone, what do you understand by prompting? Can anyone just answer in the chat, right? What do you understand by prompt or prompting? If anyone can answer in the chat. Give commands, okay. Text given to model the AI, right? Great. Giving accurate instructions to AI. Oh my God. Great. Giving instructions to AI agent to perform a specific task. Mm-hmm. Basically, what you try to ask, okay, I believe that that's not a question to me. That's the answer, right? Great. Prompt is a weapon to use AI. Oh, great. Weapon to use AI. Okay. Good questions to receive correct answer. Mm-hmm. Nice way. I might use that phrase and often. Good question to receive correct answers. Right. Great. Great. Prompt is the one of the technique to give the accurate commands and get best result instruction drill system. Great. Great. So I guess everyone is having a correct understanding these days, right? If I'll ask you that what you if I'll ask you that question 5 to 6 years back, I might not receive these much responses, right? But the thing is that these days we are too much using the prompts, right? It is not about only the query you pass into the Google or any search engine, right? It's not like that. Now you specify prompts. Why you need to specify the prompts? Because you have something to specify the prompts, just like ChatGPT, Gemini, right? Cloud, Perplexity, Grok, so many platforms available which can understand your commands, right? In the form of prompts, what you give, right? Initially, these capabilities were limited to few tools which were not freely or publicly available. But now these things are with the use of everyone. Every single person can use these tools free of the cost as of now, right? And they can provide the prompts, or as correctly I was saying, the questions, asking the correct questions, giving commands, right? All things you can do with the help of prompts, right? So the one thing which we do not realize with these prompts is that one thing, it's very easy, right? It's good, it's very convenient to use. The other thing we do not ever realize that how complex this thing is internally. Okay, it is having so much capabilities which we do not even realize. Okay, and on the other hand, there are also some shortfalls which you need to understand. Okay, you should have to take care of all those things before adapting these teams full time. Okay, you need to understand how they actually work based on your prompt, how it will realize it, how it will act upon it. Then only you will be able to provide correctly the prompts and get the best out of these tools which are available for your use. Okay, and there is no limit to these tools, understand the thing. In the coming time there will be so many tools, as in the last 6 months or 1 year you might have seen the evolution of these AI, generative AI based tools, right? I'm not saying only AI based, generative AI based tools. Okay, you might have seen evolution from text, from image, from audio, from video, from music, everything. These days there are tools which are generative AI based tools are available. You just need to be careful enough. You need to be thoughtful enough. You need to have a sensitization about how to use which tool when, right? So that is the thing we are talking about now. Everyone might have using these tools, chat gpt, right? Chat gpt is the most common. I'm just taking the name, right, as an example of gpt platforms, right? But every platform which is of prompting uses gpt somehow. Gpt is a very technical generative pre-trained transformer, right? That's not a tool, that's a technique, right? That's a set of algorithms which works on generating the understanding the context of the text and generating the response. The chat GPT is first one to take that name. So that's why everyone considers GPT is chat GPT. But every tool like Gemini, Cloud, and all are GPT based, right? These all are transformer based LLM models. Okay. So if you all use chat GPT and you consider that you are very pro at it, okay. So let's have a try to generate something. Everyone might have generated images using chat GPT, right? So I'll just give you one image, okay, and you just have to provide the prompt, okay, in your chat gpt and generate the same image, right? Doable, everyone, right? That thing you have to generate. You have to generate something like this. The color tone or the background, that's irrelevant. The objective is 5 clocks, each clock marking the time 6. That we need. Can you generate? And if you get the result, please feel free to share it in the chat box.
Yeah, and I think when you are responding, do share it for everyone instead of panelists and hosts so that everyone can see your responses.
I guess everyone is having access to chat. They can answer it, right? Shakun, you're on mute if you're saying something.
No, I just keep seeing the chat going to hosts and panelists. So just wondered if everybody can see each other's responses.
Yeah, for each other's response. Yeah. Fine. No worries. I'll share it on the screen if it is something to share it with everyone. I don't need the prompt. I just need if you got the result correct or not. I just need to know that. No worries. If you are not able to see others' response, still there is only one prompt which is there, right? Okay, what is 70%? So have you got this same image of clocks? Okay, even though if you're not able to post the image in the chat, right? There might be the limitation of the tool Zoom that you might not be able to post the image. The idea is if you are able to generate the same image, you can post that into the chat. If it is not possible, that's okay, not an issue, right? I'll just tell you because what the reason I uh, posted this because there is something which is tricky with the chat gpt generating this image, right? And you all can realize while generating this prompt. So it might take a time because to generate images by chat gpt, it takes time to generate. It's just coming like an old age era, like tick 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 like that, and then it will kill. Okay, someone generated the same image, great. 5 different prompts not correct.
Yes, even I got it, Utkarsh. So exciting.
Yep. Okay. Is there anyone, if someone has got the images from ChatGPT you're using, is there anyone who got the five clocks, right? All the clocks marking the same time, but all the clocks are not marking 6 o'clock, but they are showing the time 10:10. Is there anyone getting the same image? Timing of the
Yes.
clocks is 10:10, right? So many people are having that. So that is the thing, right? What I want to understand and discuss, let you understand why it's happening. So technically, it's a very simple task. It's not a very difficult task. You gave it to Chat GPT, right? To generate an image of five clocks, all clocks showing 6 o'clock, right? But you need to understand how this tool is working, okay? This tool has been trained on whatever data available online, okay, from the websites. And there is no hand holding kind of training of this tool been happened, okay, that understand this and understand this like this and that, okay. Whatever data is there in the internet being dumped into the Chat GPT, and Chat GPT learned from that data, and after that it is making responses out of that, okay. So the reason you are getting the clock showing 10:10 is that the time 10 or 10 is considered the aesthetic, most aesthetic by clock manufacturers, right? So most of the images available online always show the time 10:10. Now you might realize that whenever you go to a watch shop or a clock shop, you will see the most of the clocks which are not running will be all stopped at the time 10:10, because that is the time considered by the manufacturers as most aesthetic and beautiful, right? In the boxes of the clocks and watches, you might see that time only. So that is the reason ChatGPT is being trained on all the images for that time. So whenever you would not specify correctly that I need specific 6 o'clock in the watches, it will not understand what is your exact purpose. Okay, it will just think of it as a simple prompt. You need some watch faces, time is irrelevant, so it will give you what's based on the running. The greater response, the greater data for ChatGPT is all the watches show time 10:10, but you have to provide weightage. Okay, that's the kind of prompting. You have to provide weightage on what you want explicitly. Okay, that you need the time should be only 6 o'clock or something else, then only it will be giving you the correct responses. Okay, so that's something which is very easy, and again, Chat GPT is not able to do that on the very first time. That you need to be careful from the responses, and you need to be understanding how these tools work. Okay, let's proceed further. So that is again some prompting pitfalls which we had already correctly discussed, that what can be the pitfalls. So that common errors, it's like our prompts are very generic, as you might have seen as of now, right? We wanted something specifically, you need to specify it. Okay, you cannot be vague, right? For example, if I need my Chat GPT or any LLM tool, right, to give me a speech about use of AI in biotechnology, how you do that? What prompt you'll specify, right? If your answer is that I'll ask Chat GPT or Gemini that give me a speech of 500 words about use of AI in biotechnology, then to be true, that will result to you nothing what you wanted. Okay, the thing is that you have not specified what will be the who will be the audience for that speech. Okay, you have not specified who you are or who will be the speaker. You have not specified what should be the tone of that speech. You have not specified what is the objective of that speech. You have not specified your own persona, right? Because there might be some other way I talk to people that might be different from how you talk to people, right? So you don't provide generic prompts when you need to get the best out of these tools. Okay, you need to be very precise what you want. Okay, so that's something you need to be take care of whenever you are using it. Okay, so again, you do Sometimes people do, okay, well, what was the problem with that? Okay, I'll ask one thing and it will not give me the correct. I'll ask another time. I'll ask the next and do and do. So that's not like, it will not work efficiently in that case, it's like overloading. Okay, you need to properly think of, even though that's a correct approach to go step by step, right? But it's not like that full just figuring out what your mistakes were on the first prompt, then fulfilling that on the next level. It's not like that. If you have a larger task, break it down into simple steps, not simple, or break down into shorter tasks, and then ask the Chat GPT or Google Gemini or Claude, and you will see wonders it can do. It is a tool for you to take care of. It can assist you better when you provide the better prompts to that tool. Okay, so that's all you need to understand. Okay, and for all those things, the certifications will talk about that thing. Okay, so that's what the agenda of prompt engineering these days. Now this is not about people who only understand an or will be doing the technical words. We all are using chat gpt, right? Even though the students of class 5, grade 5 are using a chat gpt for something, maybe not generating their uh, uh, answers, but maybe something else, right? So chat gpt is not having restrictions that you should use it only in the technical perspective. Okay, or any llm. People might be using whatever questions they need, right? Someone and you cannot think of that you cannot restrict someone to use a tool. Okay, someone might be having some different needs, or for them that might be of major importance. Okay, so you might be having technical needs, someone might be having a daily needs from for which they need assistance. You can ask so many questions that, right? So that's the thing you need to understand about prompting. So that's understanding the entire prompt framework. So that's there are different kinds of prompting. Okay, few shot, zero shot, chain of thought techniques, chain of thoughts like that again, breaking down into multiple steps, that what we had discussed. Prompting by example, that's also very interesting and very you can say efficient way of getting best out of these kind of tools, right? What you need, if you have an example ready of that, provide that to the tools and ask your query, then it is the best way to get the best out of that, right? That can be done. Okay, so now we'll coming up how the certifications, okay, what we are having can help you. The very first thing is like AI plus everyone. Okay, so again we started with the discussion that AI is not limited to one industry or one job role. Okay, so AI is used by everyone these days. So that's why we created something, a certification, which gives you the foundational knowledge of how AI works and how different tools of AI can be used for any task. Okay. We have so many use cases, case studies, and hands on design in this certification of AI plus everyone. And it is not focused toward one job role. It is designed from everyone, designed for everyone, and it is again designed in a way that without, there is also conception in people's mind, right? That they need to know coding and all those things. They need to be tech savvy to understand AI and to use AI. No, nothing like that, right? That's what we want to break the barriers in this certification. You will get a lot of information what and how AI works, right? Understand one thing, AI stands for artificial intelligence, right? So that is something which is imitating your intelligence. How that thing can be difficult for you to understand. Okay, that's the machine who is mimicking human intelligence, right? So what is your property that machine is imitating that? So how difficult it will be to understand that tool? Okay, because it is based on you only, right? So there's so many scenarios where you can use AI in everyday life, right? So right, for example, writing a mail, okay, and a summary of all those phone calls and all those things. Okay, so for all those things you don't need any specific knowledge of programming or coding. Okay, all you need to how to write your prompts properly, how to ask proper questions that someone already discussed. The result of all this, less brain drain from the tiny course, right? More time and space for big thinking. This is the everyday automation that actually delivers. Okay, that's the motive why you should proceed further of these things. Okay, so it is designed as I already discussed, right? It is not like that. It is only for technical people. You can use for anything. This tool, right? It is for everyone, right? For overall parents to students drowning in assignments. Real people are freeing up hours each week by using AI to automate repetitive tasks. Okay. So these stories prove that even small changes like using AI to take notes or draft content can create meaningful mental space, you know. So if you been there and you might anyhow, if you can automate some of very non-productive of your tasks and save some of your mental space, and you can do wonders in the others field which you needed to be creative, right, and to be more productive in your field, right? So it is there for you, right? It is not again that already I started with the same the code that use it as a co-pilot, not as a commander. That is the thing people not understand, that okay, everything I'll automate with the help of AI, I'll not be needed. Then you are doing the same thing for which you worried about. Okay, use it as your co-pilot, right? Your domain knowledge will always be mattered. That's why you will be there using these AI tools. If you are nothing without AI, you should not use AI, right? That's the thing. You should be intelligent enough to use artificial intelligence. Okay, so these certifications in a way work in the same direction. Okay, they will give you a idea how well you can use artificial intelligence for your any task. Okay, it is not about that you are using for everyday tasks, then you should not use it. So okay, that's also a use case of AI. Okay, it is not designed only for offices and industry. That's a brief about the AI plus everyone certification, that it will talk about AI tools, how can leverage AI, power of AI in your day-to-day activities. Or not only it is not limited with the use cases of day-to-day activities, it is having all those aspects how you can apply that in your industries also. Some use cases are there for that consideration also. And one very important thing which we kept in our mostly all of the certifications is about ethics. Okay. Right. It's not about human ethics or moral ethics. We all must know. It is about AI ethics, that how AI ethics should be uh, applied whenever you are using AI. These tools are being trained with the data what you provide. These tools, AI is not biased, right? At least as of now. Okay. Because as of now, AI is not able to imitate humans 100%, but once it will be trying to imitate 100% humans, then they might be biased also, just like we are. Okay, but as of now, they became biased because of the data on which you train the machines. Okay, there are so many situations, scenarios happened in the past. If for an example, if I'll give you, Amazon had their recruiting tool. Okay, in 2018 they created an AI based recruiting tool. You might know that, some of you, that these days recruitment HR industries is driven by AI. Okay, on LinkedIn, on all other platforms, you might see the resumes being filtered by AI only initially. But in 2018, that was a tool trained by Amazon for again this kind of task. That tool was unknowingly became discriminant towards the female candidates, right? The reason, because in the past the data was available of most of the male candidate. Maybe because of that time there was not so many female employees available, but they used the same data to train the machine is not having intelligence of its own. It will generate the intelligence based on the data. So what that machine saw in the data, that most of the candidates were male, less the females, it automatically gave the weightage towards the male, right? So it became biased. Thus the way the response of your generating the watch faces was biased based on the data available online. All the data available online are having the clocks showing 10 or 10. That's why it was somewhat biased. The same way it was biased there also. So all these things we need to understand, and this ethics module is there, talks about that only. Okay, so you need to understand, and in the end you will be going through an exam of all these certifications, and there is a capstone project by which you can implement all the learnings being done in this certification. Okay, similarly there are so many there is again very relevant to everyone is the prompt engineering certification, AI plus prompt engineer level 1. Okay, so because everyone uses prompt, right? And if you want to go deep into that field, okay, that how I can make most of the these prompts of these all the tools. If your daily task starts with the doing giving prompts to these tools, then this thing is the best suitable option for you to understand how these prompts work and how these prompting tools work. Okay, so this is very very beautifully designed and having so many examples that, as you might have seen, the as of now the example of the prompting, right, that you can enhance your work, your game of prompting to a next level if you use correctly the prompts, right, with the example, with the chain of thoughts, or giving weightage or negative prompting. So many things are there. Okay, so what to include, we always provide that to whenever we give prompt, that what to include. But have you ever thought to give that option what to not, right? So that's something you can specify, just like negative prompting also, so that the result what you get, if you have something to avoid, you can do that also, something kind of negative prompting example. So that's so many things are there in these certifications, AI plus everyone, AI plus prompt engineering level 1, right? So those are very designed carefully for everyone. The audience is not specific to an industry or something, right? You can go there and enhance your game. Again, I'm saying that it is for everyone. It is not like that also, that you are in some industry, you are in professional, you should not use it. Okay, it is not like that. So we might be using, in the end, we all are just humans using these AI tools. Okay, role is coming secondary. So it is wise for everyone to understand how these tools work, how the prompt engineering should be done, how AI can enhance, and what is exactly AI. Okay, what are the components of AI, how actually it works. Okay, AI is just a concept you need to understand. It's a very big concept. Okay, it's just something started with the notion that machine should be able to think like humans. Okay, it's not like behave like humans. Okay, otherwise there will be no need of someone having like me also replicated, someone like me who can be tired, someone like me who can be biased, someone like me who can be not giving proper responses, lazy or something, right? It's like to give the what is the best property of the humans is the intelligence. So to give the machines that thing, this is called AI. So need to understand how exactly it works, right? So this is the same pattern, all the certifications, 50 MCQs, 90-minute exam, 70% is cut off, right? The exam which you gave in the last for the certifications, either everyone or prompt engineering level 1. And once you're done, you will get the certifications, which you can shareable certifications, which you can share on your LinkedIn or any other platform you need. And it is all bundled with so many practical experiences, not only theoretical. We have our own LMS developed. In the that only LMS, you will get ebook, you will get audiobook, will get podcast, you will get videos. Okay, and the exam will be proctored on our own AI based proctor platform. Okay, so that's all there for you in these certifications, right? So again, these things, I guess we had already kind of discussed all these things that you need to understand about AI, right? So it can think, right? There is no understanding for these kind of tools, right? It needs it needs your help always, right? So to give the correct thing, it will always need your help, right? They are there to help you, but they need that tool. It is there for help you, but it needs your help also to work on that tool.
Hi, can I check if am I still audible? And
Yes, we are able
Yes,
to hear
yes,
you.
you are audible. Sorry,
all
there
right.
is some glitch available with Utkarsh. Shakun, you can please take.
I can continue in the meantime. So no
Yeah.
problem. I think we'll wait for Utkarsh to join
He's
in.
back.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
he's here.
sorry.
All right. Okay, no problem.
Yeah, there's
Actually,
just
sorry.
network was
Welcome
gone.
back. Yes. Yeah. So
Yeah, no
technology
worries.
still is not very, very advanced. Yeah.
Just let me share my screen again. Right.
Yeah.
I hope it is visible to everyone, right?
Still coming up, I think. It's not. No. Yeah. Now I think it's coming up. Yeah. We are on your slide. AI isn't magic.
Yep, right. So maybe AI felt bad that we are using the things about that. So
Yeah, you could be right. Yeah. It jinxed us.
okay. So I just wanted to tell you about one simple thing, right? CAPTCHA, right? You all might have experienced CAPTCHA these days. You understand CAPTCHA, that you have to still collect correct phrases, the words, or sometimes clicking on the correct portions of the images, right? Where is the bike? Where is the car? Where is the bus? Where is the zebra crossing? All that, right? So how many of you understand and know the full form of that word CAPTCHA? Or again, it might be to shock that there is a full form of that word also, that right? If anyone knows that, you can answer in the chat, but if it is not, you can search it for further that what is CAPTCHA. So I'll give you that. It is completely automated public Turing test to tell computers and humans are apart, right? That is something CAPTCHA means. It's not a phrase. CAPTCHA cannot be a phrase, right? It's based on a Turing test, okay, which identifies that how humans are different from machines, okay. And if you might have thought that the image it gives you and your task is to correctly identify the image, it is not how it identifies you, that how wrong you are, okay. The mouse, you move from one position to another, it just identifies the movement of your mouse pointer, okay. If it is a machine, it can do a very fine movement from one point to another. If a human will be moving the mouse from one point to another, there will be a slight variation, okay. So that's the thing I want to tell you. When you understand there are so many concepts of AI, you need to understand the background of that, how it actually works. Then only you will and you can make best out of it, okay. So that is the thing, okay. So how not to use AI? Again, you might have seen with the examples we have shown you that do not blind trust in the output. You gave the prompt to generate the 5 clock faces with the showing the time 6, and it was a mistake. So that was the image, you were able to identify the mistake. But what if you generated a text? What if you generated you created an software, any app out of that? Do test it, okay? So it can always, you whenever you use any kind of GPT or an LLM platform, you might have seen that it shows in the bottom the tagline comes up with the chat GPT may make mistakes. They are saying it from them. You need to understand that. Okay, you need to wise enough to understand that for all those things there should not be any harm to you. Okay, and validate 100 times. Okay, use it as assistance. Okay, and again we had discussed already these things you need to take care of, that use as a assistant, not to replicate you. Okay, using AI as a replacement for problem solving rather than a tool for enhancing it can degrade critical thinking. Okay, so you need to use it for enhancement. That is the thing, right? Just having a numbers that you all might know that, okay, that about use of AI these days. So professionals report burnout, digital overload. So for them, it is high time to use AI, right? Why not? There are already some features which have been forcefully integrated. So you are using it. You are happy with that. But why not you go it for willingly for new things, right? Some things are there, just like this meeting summarization in Teams and all coming up. You are using it. You are happy. But why not explore something which is there in the market for other aspects, right? Why to wait that tool to forcefully give it to that tool to you, right? So you can do that, okay. It can save, even if can AI can save 1 or 2 hours of your entire work day. You can assign yourself again on some tasks which need exactly you, right? the notifications and all those things, you can align AI tools for all those things where you not actually need to provide your mind over that. Okay. So again, that we had already discussed about ethics. That's the thing of this particular slide, that you always need to use AI with integrity. Bias awareness, you need to aware that, right? That AI will be trained on data on internet. AI, it that will be working on the based on the data you provide. The performance is totally based on the data you provide, right? It AI, consider AI just like in car. Okay, if you feel, for example, if it's a rocket, right? If it's a rocket going for a space mission and you fill the rocket with diesel, right? No matter how well the rocket is, it will not function correctly, right? The fuel which you feed in matters the most, right? So same with the AI. The data which you fill into that AI model matters the most. So you need to take care of the data, okay, or what you are feeding the tool with, okay, or what questions you're asking with the tool. You need to take care of that. That's why I always say that keep the humans in the loop. Okay, AI augments, doesn't replace. Understand that thing. That's very important. Okay. So again, what I have behind discussed, we just wanted to you have a digital independence, which can starts now. If you somehow tries to implement what we were discussing till now, right? If you can implement whatever we are saying, join the movement, starts registering and joining the AI certifications, explore them, whatever you feels like. The two we had discussed, there are a lot of the categories available for the certifications for you to enhance, to learn and adapt to AI, right? And you will surely enjoy all those things. If you have some role based requirement, you can do that also. These as of now we discussed, which were only having the general perception for the generic audience, but there are so much available for the role based audience also, professionals. You can explore that in future also. So as of now, I can say that I had a good discussion with all of you, right? If you have any queries, we can take that, right? And you have a pretty good discount from the Bird Moise and Shakun's team, so you can leverage that for your freedom. Okay, so thank you very much for that to Shakun. So yep.
You're most welcome, Utkarsh. What a mind-boggling sharing. You had me at the wall clocks, and then you had me at the captcha. I think it brought to me this whole joke that came across about Buddha asking the disciples, "So what makes us human?" And somebody says, "The ability to choose traffic lights in the puzzle." And then we were like, "Oh yes." Nowadays, the captcha has become the whole definition about making us human versus the machines that we are fighting for. So thank you everyone who joined us today. While you guys are still thinking about the questions that you need to ask our expert of the webinar, Utkarsh, here is a discount code, FREEDOM. You can write it down. You can use it at birdmoise.com/AI certifications. And you can choose not just AI plus everyone or AI plus prompt engineering, but any certification if you are in sales or marketing or supply chain, or even in your any other chosen profession. You can apply it, and then you can gain the most of the benefits that you look for in those certifications. While we are looking at the question answers and waiting for you guys to chime in and share your thoughts, I think I saw a question somewhere, Utkarsh, about the difference between AI certifications versus Google and Microsoft offered certifications. How do we differentiate?
Yeah, so correctly answered, not correctly questioned, right? This particular question about this. And so again, you asked the difference between Google and Microsoft. So already you are providing two different vendors and you're asking a difference. There might be difference between Google and Microsoft also. So there's also the same difference we have, that that's the Google's and that's Microsoft, that's the Acers, right? To
Okay.
again elaborate that fact, right? So we in the journey of this AI literacy don't want to be any platform specific. Okay. The idea of these certifications is to give you the entire roadmap. Okay. Not focusing upon only one tool, only one platform, right? If you go for Google certification of cloud or Microsoft certification or any particular tool, right? So that is more focused towards that tool. The idea of these certifications is to give you the knowledge of the entire AI. Okay, how you can use AI in your field. The tools and platforms are the secondary thing. Okay, that one thing I already always discuss, that we teach you how to drive a car, not teach you to how to drive a Toyota or Mercedes. Okay, that's up to you where you want to apply that. We give you the knowledge to use AI in your field. We want to make you AI enabled, right? Which tool suits you best? Again, we are not saying that we don't give you the practical exposure. We give you the practical exposures of whatever tools they're available for that particular job role or that industry, right? We give you as an hands-on. We are not focused towards one platform. That's the biggest differentiators of AI cert certification and any particular vendor-based certification. That here you will get the overall exposure of all the technologies available. Okay, we give you walkthroughs of so many tools available, so you'll get hands-on of everything.
Yeah.
I hope that answers.
I Totally. I think it's a very, very valid point. We can teach people to drive, but we can't let them decide. Like we can decide for them which car brand to choose very, very precisely. I'm also being asked by a few people about what does blockchain enabled certification entail? What does it mean? So maybe you can break it down for laymen like us. Like what does it mean?
Yeah, so basically, blockchain certified certification means that you have the certificate, you will be having a QR code, and we have our own platform where it is, which is called Cert 365. Okay, so that is also designed in a way to have the so for example, if you are an organization, right? You have so many individuals, you have so many professionals, so many roles working in your organization, and you have the credentials for all them. Okay, now if you want a platform where you can secure all that information, right? Blockchain, whenever the term blockchain comes into the picture, it means with the trust, right? It means with the security. So that's
Mhm.
why the certification is designed with the blockchain technology, which you can understand that your data will be always secured, right? And you can take help of this platform Cert 365 to implement in your organization also, to secure all the certifications, the credentials of your employees, of your professionals in that. So that is the meaning of blockchain secured certification.
Awesome. I think this is fantastic. So basically, why it's so important is that sometimes people can fake the certification or certificates when they submit it to the employers. So it makes a lot less headache for the HR people to not to really go and need to have a background check on all those unknown institutes from where these certificates come from. As long as it's blockchain enabled, you are set. So you don't really have to worry about the background checks and everything that comes with it. Is that correct, Utkarsh?
Yeah, exactly.
Will
Yeah,
that help? Okay,
totally.
great. I think we just have one last minute before we wind up. We are just giving bonus time for the delay we had in the earlier initial thing. So I think it will be a question from my side. I belong to a generation where we have experienced life and working in an environment which was totally non-AI, very low tech and very hands-on. And then we have slowly moved to a very advanced way of working and work environment. So there is certain fear of certifications. So while we are very proud to achieve what we have achieved, there is a certain fear of sitting for exams, again feeling embarrassed about not getting enough score to be certified and all that. So what do we have to tell ourselves? Like I tell myself that we are all in the same learning journey and I don't need to be embarrassed. But to you, I think, what do you advise people like us who are well experienced in our life but not so experienced in our day-to-day AI usage? What do we tell ourselves to go and get that certification to motivate us?
Yeah, so it is not about the examination. Examination you might have faced in every aspect of your life. We need to understand the need of examinations, why examinations are needed, right? So because it is there something to judge yourself. No one is judging for examination. You should be grateful the examination you appear in the course of your life, either in school and college, and that there is someone else judging you. Okay, because in the course of examination you are the one who is getting better. You are the one who is getting judged, who need to assess yourself that you're having a 70% or 80%. You need to not compare with anyone. That's another is having 90% or 80%, 50%. You assess yourself. And okay, my understanding of this concept is 70%. Okay. I need to do more in that, or I'm good in this, I'm good and bad at that, right? In the same way, these courses we already had discussed about that. You need to this is the need of the hour, right? It is nothing something which you can leave. Okay. Even though you are in industry, okay, even though you are not using any job role, you are just doing your day to day task and managing your family. In the same way, you need to be proficient of AI also, because you might not be using it, but in the coming time, every device which you are using in your home appliances will be equipped with AI, right? Then someone will be forcefully giving you those AI. Why not you yourself try to learn about that? In that time, you have to learn that. You have to use AI devices. Now we have the smart home devices like Alexa and all those things. Okay. They are also driven by some things of that. So if you're not aware of these things as of now, right? And also want to tell you one thing, that we in the certifications added the introduction of AI agents.
Yeah.
Okay. Those who might have aware about AI, they might have seen that agentic AI is coming to revolve everything.
Yeah.
Right. Chat GPT is also introduced their agent feature few weeks back, right? On the last month. So that's why in that same journey with you added the AI agent module in each of every certification. That what is the difference between AI, normal AI, and AI agent. So that's the thing. That's how fast AI is evolving, right? And that's why these things, these certifications, and we will be there with you in the journey to help you in the evolution, whatever things coming up, to make you ready for that. AI agents launched by ChatGPT last few weeks back, but we added the AI agent months back, right? So we are in that way ahead. That what's coming up. We are there for you to look after what's coming and what you should be ready with. Okay, so that's something. Consider it's your toolkit for your day-to-day activities and your professional things, right? It is not optional. Coming years, it will be a mandatory skill.
Absolutely. Yep. You're very, very right. So I think we are well guided by you and your team, Utkarsh. You guys have your fingers on the pulse where AI is going. And I think we will just follow you to be able to be well equipped with the times to come. I'm sure the audience is also agreeing with us, but due to essence of time, we may have to pause our wonderful discussion here today. But I really, really thank you on behalf of all of us, the audience, as well as myself as a host, to spare your time today, Utkarsh, and share so much of wonderful stuff about what you personally have discovered and worked with in AI. And very my much gratefulness and thanks to AI Certs events team as well to be able to help with this whole seminar. Thank you so much, and have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Shakun,
Thank
and
you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Look forward to your feedback and look forward to seeing you in signing up for the certifications in the time to come. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.